episode. Here we go again with your three friends, Drew, Neil, and Perk. We got your favorite movies and shows. It's three guys nobody knows. The pilot episode.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Pilot Episode Podcast. Today, we are reviewing the movie Rounders, which is one of my all-time favorites. I'm going to kind of carry the load on this one because I got a lot to talk about with this movie. But before we get to talking about the main movie, I will give you a brief summary. This is Matt Damon as Mike. His friend Worm gets out of prison, and they are pro grinders is what they call it, which is a poker player back then.
Worm's a degenerate. You can call him whatever you want, but he's a degenerate.
And a mechanic, which if you're familiar with the card world, he's a cheater. And Worm kind of runs up a tab on Mike's behalf, and Mike had already lost his life savings in a game to KGB. And long story short, Worm running up the tab for Mike brings Mike back into the game after he had quit playing poker, and through some other influences on his life, decides to go really head on at this thing. And it's kind of a beginning story where he goes down to Teddy KGB, and an ending story where he takes down Teddy KGB, and then he's off to Vegas to go to the World Series of Poker.
We have a girlfriend mixed in there that changes things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. KGB is I guess we would say, the villain of this movie, even though they're all kind of.
Worm kind of is.
Yeah, Worm's kind of the villain. I don't know. It's a hybrid villain role. Mike does, like Drew said, cut to the ending, take him down. But it's what all we go through to get to there that makes this a really good movie. I guess when you say it like that, Drew, it is simple.
Yeah, in a way, but it's very good.
It's interesting. You're engrossed to it the whole time, I would say. Worm's character pisses me off, but if you take him out of this movie, it's not a good movie.
Exactly.
So that's the best way I can describe it, because I don't like him. He annoys the shit out of me, but you gotta have him. Yeah, you gotta have it.
And his character's supposed to do that. He's supposed to piss you off. And it's one of those things where it almost, as a viewer, the way Mike just continues to take up for this guy, it almost starts to kind of make you mad at Mike.
Yeah, because the only reason,
stop.
You want to say, dude, the only reason he's doing this shit is because you keep going along with it.
Which, I mean, if Mike never comes back to join him that night for that game, his name, he never ends up with that tab in his name. Yeah. And so, really, dude, you could have just stayed away,
and avoided the whole situation.
Yeah. You could have stayed away and told your girlfriend you was going to do, and just not had to deal with all this mess. But
Perk, with you bringing up the girlfriend, Drew, before we get too deep into this, I need everybody's opinion.
Hater.
Okay. All right. Right out of the gate, we got a real negative review.
It's kind of back and forth. She knows about the poker. She knows how good of a player he is. She knows it's his passion, but she wants him to get away from it and start his new life. Then she's accepting of it. Then she's not liking it. And I didn't like it.
Wishy-washy.
Yeah, it's just very wishy-washy. That's a great way to put it, Perk.
All right, I'm going to be brutally honest. Perk nailed it when he said hater. But here's the deal. She is not near hot enough to be acting that damn bitchy. To be that controlling and that bitchy, you got to be like Megan Fox level, okay? She's not. In 1998, she's not even close to A-list. You can't be acting like that. Wasn't a fan. That's my biggest knock on this entire movie.
Yeah, we'll get into it later with the
when we actually rate
the stars. But I feel similarly, like everybody else in the movie. I really love, but her character is one that I'm not.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't like.
Yeah. Again, we'll get into it on the rating, but that's my one big egg.
Yeah, definitely. And
Wow. Did you know that she is Evelyn Dutton in Yellowstone?
Did not. Boy, she didn't age well.
mm-mm.
From
Yeah.
98 to now, she got that fucking old.
What it says, I'm seeing it here that she is Evelyn Dutton.
Dear God.
Interesting.
Shit. Beer's empty.
Well, you guys want me to start getting into budget and on numbers?
Yeah, and getting some reviews and stuff.
Yeah, let's hear this shit.
So for reviews wise on Rotten Tomatoes, because that's what I always pull from, we're sitting at a 64% from the critics and an 87 audience score.
That makes a lot of sense because I'll break down some of my negative thoughts and some of the negative lure that kind of hangs over this movie in a little bit whenever I get to breaking down my notes from it. That to me it's fairly spot on. It's going to be a movie that fans like, and it's going to be a movie that critics nitpick, and there's a lot of things in them that they don't like.
God.
Simmer down.
Sorry.
But this one was made on a $12 million budget, and it had a $22.9 million box office.
That's
Not that big of a success when you take into account that the budget never includes the like advertisement and all that stuff of the movie, so they probably didn't make a ton of money on this movie.
I thought it would be a little better than that.
Well, they had such a star-studded cast that I'm sure they had to pay very well.
But at this time, it wasn't that.
I also feel like this is probably one of those movies that didn't do great in the box office and then kind of became a cult classic in the blockbusters of the world and stuff like that. So I feel like this movie definitely did make a lot of money. It's just on the back end versus in the box office.
Yeah, I don't have any actual numbers or stats to the point, but right after this movie is Poker, when it really, really blew up, and a lot of credit goes to this movie. So I think this was a movie that, like 2003 and 4, was getting watched a lot more and talked about than it was probably when it released.
Yeah,
probably so. Like that's probably pretty fair to say. You guys want me to get into my reviews now?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna pull a couple of them. I'm going to do a very low one. I've got one that I pulled that is 1.5 stars. It says, pretty forgettable. John Malkovich was fun to watch, but Edward Norton and Matt Damon didn't leave me lasting memories.
So I just disagree. I really do. Like, the movie to me is very well done for what it is. Like, again, there's a lot of things you can nitpick, but I don't think Matt Damon's performance and Edward Norton's performance by any means were the lowlights of this movie.
No, definitely not. It's another movie where, similar to Good Will Hunting, Matt Damon is playing kind of a genius type of a character, and I feel like it's a character that he plays very well because I feel like he actually is legitimately very smart.
That's what I was about to say. I'm starting to believe the dude's just pretty intelligent.
Yeah, like he plays that role really well. There's another movie that he plays that in. What am I thinking of? I'm thinking of The Martian. He's also like a genius in The Martian as well, which is an amazing movie that we should probably add to the list.
Yeah, very good.
That I love that movie.
He ain't dumb in the Jason Bourne series.
Definitely not.
Yeah. So.
Jesus Christ. It's Jason Bourne.
Right. Next up, I got a 3-star review. Although the performances are brilliant, Rounder simply isn't entertaining. The film is slow and dull and lacks an excitement and suspense a good poker game is supposed to elicit. It's not the worst Matt Damon movie, but it's certainly not one of the best ones either. This one's a one-time watch.
No.
Yeah, I disagree with that as well.
I mean, everybody can have their own opinion about a movie. Whatever.
Which I mean, I guess like not that I'm super into poker and gambling and all that stuff, but I guess if you like have absolutely no fundamental understanding of the game of poker, maybe like it's kind of
I've never played a hand of poker in my life, and I enjoy this movie.
yeah.
I like it. But again, I may be one of the people that's partial to this type of thing because I do enjoy movies about gambling and stuff like that. So,
Oh, I thought you were going to say you enjoy gambling.
well, that a little bit from time to time.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I've been to the casino. I've been to the casino once in my life, and I learned that that's a place that I never need to return to because I enjoyed it way too much.
They enjoy me too.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, they love Drew. They love.
Well,
they see that motherfucker coming park. They start rolling out the red carpet. I've had meals in the casino I've never had because Drew was there.
Yeah, I feel like I got beginner's
Yep.
luck and like tripled my money.
Service around this
So
motherfucker.
that was dangerous for me.
Yeah, it's definitely a like overwhelming scene if you've never gone to a casino or something like that. It definitely can be overwhelming.
Yeah, I was
I'm gonna
my
break this fucking light in half.
my butt was planted at a blackjack table for like 8 hours straight, and in those places with no windows, no nothing, you
And-
do not realize how much time is freaking going past.
And you don't even drink.
Oh, hey Perk, I'll do you one better. Drew was there. He witnessed it. I spent 16 straight hours in the same seat at a roulette table.
I wish I could upload the video right here. We woke up. We tell Neil it's time to go. We got to leave today, and he's just on the way out of there. He's like, all of a sudden, I'm just in there fucking playing, and then somebody says we got to leave today, and I go, oh fuck, today.
We could not play that video on here.
The sun is up.
Oh, dude, the sun wasn't just up, Perk. It was like 9 a.m. Like it was like, and I had not even been up to the room, buddy. It was bad.
Yeah,
It was so funny.
Yeah, that's not good. Last review I did have a 5-star review that I pulled. It says Rounders is a smart, tightly written drama that offers a compelling look into the high stakes world of underground poker. Matt Damon delivers a strong, nuanced performance supported by an iconic turn from Edward Norton. The film balances sharp dialogue with tension-filled gameplay while exploring themes of discipline, risk, and personal integrity. Well placed and memorable, Rounders has earned its status as a cult classic. It remains one of the most authentic poker films ever made.
Love that review. I turned my light on for it. That's great.
So this is where, since this is your last review, I'm going to transition and do something in my notes. Not a very realistic poker movie.
I'll give you that.
It's not, because this movie is solely based on the idea of when you sit down at a poker table, you are playing the person across from you. You are not playing the cards. And that is just simply not true. And that's where a lot of the critics attack this movie for it not being realistic on that sense. Granted, you do have to play the person across from you.
There is strategy to it, but it's 90% luck.
It is very much about luck. And when he talks about the ending scene when the cab driver tells him good luck when he tells him he's going to Vegas, and he's like, it's not really luck. It is. Like, there's a very large portion because it's gambling. At the end of the day,
like a great player will turn a shit hand into a good hand, into a money making hand. That's the difference in a great player and an okay player.
But when you're playing all people that are on that level, there's only so much that you can do.
And then it's just about the cards.
Yes.
Well, it's like the first hand. He has almost the best hand that you can have. He has the one, KGB has the one hand that can beat him.
Yep.
He did everything he was supposed to do, how he was supposed to do it, and he still lost because he just had bad luck on that hand.
And to that point, that first scene right there, when he's going through the narration of like being a good player, knowing what to do and everything, he is talking about what he should do in this situation, but then he knows KGB will know he's going to do that. So he goes to do this. He's like, then he would know I would do that if I'm trying to avoid it. So there's only so much you can do as a player.
Yeah.
It all is relied upon the hand. Now, he says he was beat by poker. He was outplayed. That's not really the case, though, guys, because here's the thing. You don't fold nines
No.
full or nines with aces full.
Mm-mm.
You don't fold that hand. There is one hand that can beat you when you are playing poker at a very high level. You do not fold your hand on that hand. That's just bad luck.
Yeah. He was KGB when he saw his hand, he knew he had won.
Mhm.
So there was nothing that he could do to bluff him into thinking that he had
'Cause he
something
already
better
knew
because
he
he
had
had
won.
the best hand.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing that you can do, and like it's that is one thing that kind of did get on my nerves throughout the movie is the same thing as you, like them saying that like it wasn't like a luck thing, because it absolutely is.
Yeah, it is. But there's things you can do as a player that increase your odds. Like you can bluff and you can do these things.
Mhm.
But they're not at the end of the day. When you're in a situation where it's like that one he was in, it's luck. That's
Mhm.
all it is. And now he could have folded, and he could have kicked himself later because he thought KGB would have had him beat. But you don't fold that hand.
Never.
But now
Never, ever, ever.
genius if he folds it, but you don't know that when you're at the table.
Yeah, hindsight's always 20/20.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
Go ahead.
one thing I did want to bring up too, which I'm sure it might be in your notes, it might not, but so like kind of a big thing in the movie is them like tails, like is a big thing.
Breaking down.
And
KGB's tail.
yeah, and his tail is the Oreo thing, whether he eats it or doesn't eat it or whatever. And I watched a video about a pro poker player being like, "Hey, is that really how it is with tails?" And he was like, yes and no. Like this is a very exaggerated version so that the person watching the movie catches on to it, because you're subconsciously going to do things that whoever's across the table from you is going to notice about you. It's going to be a timing thing that's different if you have a good hand or a bad hand, or you're going to drink water on a good hand but not on a bad hand because you're thinking about how you're going to get out of this bad hand. And like it's really cool, the psychology of poker and that part of it. But that part of it is not the full thing like we were talking about.
Yeah, and when he talks about bluffing, what's the guy's name? Is it's something Chang? He talks
I
about
know you're talking
bluffing
about.
that guy and winning that hand. It's awesome, but like the tails being over exaggerated and everything at that level, like you said, that guy says they're not that over exaggerated. I almost actually brought a pack of Oreos in here tonight and just ate them throughout the entire episode tonight. I thought that'd been pretty funny. But man, I was gonna say a point.
That'd be good.
I had one.
You could have ate the Oreo. You could have ate the Oreo while we was on a roll, and you thought the episode was good, and then stopped eating when it got bad.
Yeah, I'd put it down right now because I forgot what I was gonna say. But there's a couple lines from this that I want to pull from that I think were very iconic lines that I really like, and I want to make those known first.
Well, there's one of them you say all the time.
I do say one all the time, but we'll get
If I had to put a number on it, I would say you say the line that Neil's talking about every 1.5 episodes.
Well, if you talk to him on Tuesdays, he says it like 15 times.
The first line says if you can't spot a sucker at a table in the first half hour, it's because you are the sucker.
Mm-hmm.
And that's very accurate. I will say, like, playing poker that is a very accurate statement. There, a lot of these things are over exaggerated, like the tails and stuff like that, and luck not playing a role. Luck plays a role, but that you can find the sucker at a poker table very, very quickly. It is very true. Let's see here. Some other notes I wanted to hit. Oh, one thing about this movie that is a complaint by some, and I understand it, but I think it is the best one ever made. This movie is more like a commentated, narrated story for a large portion of this movie. And personally, it's, in my opinion, probably the greatest, if not very close to, one of the best narrated movies. Like where they talk through the scenes as they're going on from a different perspective. I really like that about this movie. And
I'd like to see that list, though. I would like to see that list because off the top of my head, I'll give you this one's up there pretty high.
Yeah, And there's a lot of other great movies like that, but just this one to me it plays well.
The one that comes to mind for me is Shawshank.
Yeah, that's obviously number one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I get what you're saying though. Like it's a
up there.
specific thing that they use in certain movies that I feel like worked for this one as well.
Yeah.
I will give you that.
See, I don't think Shawshank's is good if it's not that way.
No.
Let's see here. I've got two more notes, and then I have my third quote, which I will end the movie with, which is the one Neil is talking about. But I'm going to do my best to give you a really good KGB impression here. And it's when Mike tells him, "Don't splash the pot," and he says, "And when we're in my club, I will splash the pot whenever the fuck I please." That was
terrible. I spent this movie not being able to decide if I loved or hated John Malkovich's accent throughout the movie.
According to a lot of people who are critical of the movie, it is a terrible Russian accent. But the people who love the movie think that it was done very well because he does it in a funny way. Like he was not.
That's what I was going to say. I enjoy the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Well, I saw a review on Rotten Tomatoes. I didn't pull it, but it was a Russian dude, and he was like, "My family is Russian, and there are people that speak like this. Like
Well,
it's not inaccurate. Not everybody speaks like that.
Well, I mean, our English is a lot different than the people in Beloit, Wisconsin's English. So, I mean,
What, Wisconsin?
Beloit.
Okay.
And they don't even say it like that. So, I mean, again, go to Lansing, Michigan. I'm at Toledo, Ohio. Like they talk different than we do.
Right. One cool note that I did have, Worm's role, the role of Worm. Mark Ruffalo auditioned for that role. Edward Norton ended up getting it. So the two Hulks were fighting over the role of Worm.
That's crazy. What are the odds of that?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I like where they landed.
Yeah, could you imagine Mark Ruffalo in that role?
It don't play to me. It doesn't play.
I think they nailed it on that role.
Yeah.
I think it was cast very well, other than, to the point.
We're going to get to that. We give a fucking rating on that.
You're right. One more thing I want to say about the movie itself as a whole, and then one more quick thing I want to say about a character. Grandma's KGB's bitch. Like, did anybody else feel like that? Like, he is just his little runaround boy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even at the end of the movie, he's like, "Where are you going, Teddy? Finish him off." Like, and he flips the table. Grandma's I just didn't like the character. I mean, it was a good well played character. I just think he's a bitch.
I was about to say, you had to have it.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I'm not complaining about the way he was made, but it's just I didn't like the character.
Mm-hmm.
And then one last thing I want to say about the movie as a whole, this is like a critical talking point that people talk about and everything. If you just step back and you take this movie as entertainment and not as a documentary about how to play poker, like so many people think it was written to be, it's an excellent movie.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That needed to be said. That's very fair.
Yeah, I mean, because people take it and they run with it like they
it's
poker and.
We ain't trying to tell you to head to the casino. It's just a good movie.
Yeah.
Obviously, the poker scenes are the best parts of the movie, but that's because that's what they put the most time. Like I was listening to a YouTube video at work.
Hell yeah,
today.
Zoom that thing in, baby.
I was listening to a YouTube video while I was working today about this movie and how the writers were very involved in, picking a director and picking all the actors and all that stuff. They went to countless poker nights in Hollywood to figure out the lingo and like how people play and all that stuff. So they put a lot of time into making the poker scenes right in this movie, and you can really tell.
Yeah, I would say I feel like they did a very good job of that. Like the scenes as themselves look like they were or late 90s, early 90s poker in New York, back rooms. Like it looks very realistic to that.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
All right. Are we ready to rate this thing?
I'm ready.
All right. Our first category, let me get my calculator pulled up right quick. Wh-
We pressed it at the same time.
Would you recommend this movie to friends and family?
All right, I'll go first tonight. This one is me personally. Yes, I got some friends and family that are not into this kind of movie. It being a game about poker, I have some people that would just immediately go, not for me.
Yeah.
So I will give it a 3.
Okay.
I was thinking pretty similarly to you. I do have a number of families specifically that are very much not for gambling for reasons. So I'm going to give it a 3.5 on
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, I was between 3 and 3.5. I'm right there with you.
I'm similar in thought process to you guys. I can't go 5 here, and I really don't like giving it a 4.5 either, because there is a select group of people I would not recommend this movie to. However, buddies of mine, absolutely, I think you should watch it. If you're into this type of movie, I think this is a must watch. So for that reason, I will go 4 myself.
That's what my personal opinion would be for.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Likelihood of rewatching.
That's a 5 for me. I ever get in the gambling mood, poker mood, conversation comes up, we're sitting around, this movie will be watched again.
Yeah, I'm also going to say a 5 on this one. It's up there with, it's up there with, like, I would say, like Casino, of being kind of 1-2 with the gambling type of movies. I would put either this or that on, but
I'm not that big of a fan of Casino.
Oh
I
God.
like Casino.
Oh, I do too.
It's
I like 21 a lot too, though.
21's good. The Gambler with Mark Wahlberg. Like, there's a lot of really good gambling movies.
The
This-
Hangover. I mean, we see a return in The Hangover. By
Rain Man could do it, and he was a retard.
yeah, so
This is a 5 for me as well. It's very well noted. This is one of my favorite movies. So I will most definitely be rewatching it. If I could go higher than a 5, I would, because I love this movie. All right. Is it a good cast, and did they fit their roles perfectly?
all right. This is gonna be a solid, very, very solid 4. And I'll tell you why it's not a 5. In the year of 1998, there were so many coming up and already kind of blown up female actresses that could have done this role so much better in the girlfriend role. That is going to be my only knock on the entire cast. Very solid 4.
Mhm. I'm pretty much right there with you. I'm also going to give it a 4 for the same reason. I'm not a fan of the girlfriend, but I do love Matt Damon in the movie. I do love Edward Norton. This is one of, if not my favorite Edward Norton
No, it's his best movie. It's
performance.
his best movie.
I'm partial to his Hulk movie, but that's just because of like where I was at in my life when I watched that movie. But it's like, overall, it's great. John Malkovich was great in this movie. I said I go back and forth on the accent thing, but he really is a perfect, like, ringleader of this underground operation and stuff. Like, he does a great job in his role, and I feel like everybody really does.
Yeah, and on the accent part, whether it was good or bad, he did it good the whole time. You know what I mean? Like,
He was consistent.
yeah, it was whether you hate it or love it, it was consistently the same.
Mhm.
This is going to be a 4.5 for me, because just one actor being off, I can't go completely to a 4 for that. That just drops it to a 4.5.
I just hated her that much.
I get it. No, I do. I agree with your points. I mean, they make a lot of sense. But just the cast, man, as a whole, and the way they play their roles is so fitting.
Mhm.
So, with that being said, we have a new number 2. Nope, number 3. I'm sorry, I forgot. Miracle got us beat. We have a 4.2 star rating for Rounders, which I think is a very fair, very good rating.
I really do think that is fair. I said before we came on here it should be top 5, so I think we did pretty well.
It's on the podium. It's a bronze medal. It is our third highest rated behind Brother Where Art Thou at 1 and Miracle at 2. Now, however, if we want to dabble into the TV shows ever again, it is actually tied with Righteous Gemstones at a 4.2.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's. I guess if we're rating TV shows, that's on the same scale this movie should be on. I guess that's fair.
Completely different movies, but
yeah, completely. I will say though, we're going to draw the Lord of the Rings pretty soon on our old wheel, and there will be a new number 1. So
I don't know.
Where did Goodwill Hunting end up landing?
It's 4th, I believe.
Just slightly under it. Yes, it is 4th with a 4.17.
Yeah, so
oh wow,
that's because Drew, I think, gave some kind of stupid ass decimal.
I may have.
You did.
For like a 4.25 or something.
And you were the one that said we weren't going to do decimals, and then you came in,
and then he gave a 3. He gave 2 3.8s.
Yeah, he was like a 3.817, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Well, I mean, somebody did.
You wouldn't let me do a half on the first one.
Somebody did it about something about Mary. We got a 3.72. Like
that's after you had done broke the seal. I mean, once the seal's broken, everybody can do it.
Yeah, well.
You sound like all the college basketball fans getting mad about Betty Yako.
Oh, man. All right. Well, that's going to do it for that movie review. It's time to find out what our movie is next week.
Oh, yes.
Is it, or are we doing
Yes,
that?
it is.
We're just going to start doing it on this episode. That way we give ourselves a little more time to watch.
This is better. This is better. I may
That's
make
fine.
Haley watch it tonight if it's good.
All right.
God, spin that motherfucker.
You okay?
Oh, I'm good, man. I'm excited.
All right. Here we go.
Christmas.
We are going to have to start adding a few things here and there to make sure we get, kind of keep it updated. So if you want to leave us any more suggestions to put on the wheel, leave those in the comments below. We will add them to the wheel of movies.
Hey, can we just take a brief second and talk about how far we've came? We started out with like a wheel of 3.
Oh, yeah. And I've been removing the ones that were on this wheel. We haven't done it in a while.
That's what I'm saying. We've came a long way.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys for watching. It's been real fun doing this, and we're definitely picking up some more viewers. So I'm, really glad to do that. But all right, without further ado, next Friday's movie will be
The Crow.
The fuck is that?
You don't know what The Crow is? This is it's so I don't know if y'all are gonna like it, to be honest. I'm gonna be completely honest with you right now.
God.
It's Brandon Lee. It's like this is the inspiration for the Sting character in WCW.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Look at his makeup. Look at his makeup and stuff. This is Sting.
Okay.
Like it's what he got the makeup from.
I think I can fuck with this a little bit.
All right. Well, The Crow will be next Friday's episode. But yeah,
and make sure you watch the one from 1994, not the one from last year, because that one was god awful.
Well, they recommended 1994, so that's the
Yeah,
one.
I got 1994 as soon as I looked. So,
but yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. We really appreciate it. If you would just take the time, comment, like, and subscribe. If you want to let us know what your thoughts on Rounders, I think that'd be a great idea. So if you like the movie Rounders, let us know.
we'd love a good little back and forth.
Or if you like the movie or hate the movie The Crow and think we're going to hate it, let us know what you think we're going to think about The Crow.
If you think Drew's an idiot or Perk's an idiot, feel free to voice that and let them know in the comments.
All right. Well, everybody let Grandma Deborah know the pilot episode has put out a new episode, and we'll see you guys Monday for Memory of a Killer.
The pilot episode. Here we go again.